Namaste and welcome. Thank you again for pressing play and for all your likes and your shares. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Week 2 of the Woohoo. It's been an interesting week for me. I thought I would share a couple of things with you. I had to go around to the local Asda to get a few bits. I'm not a person who enjoys shopping at the best of times. I'm not one of these ladies you'll see wandering round the shops, just fingering through goods. That is not my caper. I'm sort of, you make a list, you're in, you're out. If you cannot find what you want, tough. I'm not one of these for going round and ambling around the shop. So, bearing in mind the current state of affairs, when you have to wait in a line, to desanitize before you can go and purchase things, this is not my idea of fun. So I go to the shop as very little as possible. I myself am supporting someone who is vulnerable, so I have to do a bit of shopping for them. So this is why you will find me in a local shop now and again. So I went to the local shop with my list. I'm in and I'm out. As I've said before, I've lived in this particular property for a decade, so I know a lot of people around here. A lot of them work around here. I'm in the local Asda and I'm getting my things. This Asda has mainly self-service checkout. Okay, which at this point in time is a horrendous thought to have to use a self-service checkout. I mean, can I use my elbow? We go in gloves, sanitize. Anyway, I'm in and I want to get out. And I hear this sound. I'm like Darth Vader. And I'm looking for the source of this sound. And there I see a man. Well, he must be terrified of the Woohoo. This man literally has. I actually went home and had a look in the Screwfix catalogue. Yes, it is an industrial air gas mask to stop all the dust coming into your face when you sand and you work with fine dust. He is in the local Asda with this kit on his face, motocross goggles, 2 sets of gloves. He's clearly terrified of the Woohoo. The lady behind the counter is struggling very much to understand what it is he wants to purchase. She finally figures out he wants to purchase a top-up for his gaming console. Interesting. On the same trip I was walking home, I see this elderly man, very frail. So much so, he's walking with a walking frame. I'm asking myself, why is this man out? There is no one helping him. He has a gas mask on. He's struggling to breathe. I cannot get too close to him now, obviously, because, we have the Woohoo alert. The minute you get... Oh, let me not forget to tell you about the Mexican standoff in the post office. I couldn't rush over and help him. I said, "Sir, do you need some help?" And he's going, "No. I'll be all right." And I'm looking at him thinking, "Sir, from where I'm standing, you do not look all right." I said, "Are you sure? I cannot help you." He goes, "I'm just here to catch my breath." I said, "Sir, why are you out? Can I not help you?" He says, "I have to go to the pharmacy." Which wasn't too far from where he was, to be fair. But then you have to remember, you have to be standing in a line, 2 people in the pharmacy at once, so he is going to stand there for ages. This distressed me. I saw him standing there. I got locked off my own land. My very own land. I got locked off my very own land this week. I turn up to my land. And there I am confronted with the most horrendous knockoff, made in China. You can see the only attempt they've made is to give it the general shape of the original one. The original lock survived 2 world wars, has been the original lock on that gate for over 100 years, just tossed aside. And in its place, a nasty, cheap imitation lock for which I did not have a key. I walked up. I looked at the lock. The first thing I noticed was the very nasty and cheap replica. It had a flap over the actual slot where you put the key in. This alerted me to the fact that the mechanism within the lock is so badly made, they have to shield it from the elements. I'm looking at the original antique 100-year-old, survived 2 worlds, made in Great Britain lock. It's weathered 100 years, outdoors. The motion is as smooth as anything. There was significant raining fire. I'll give you the short version. Are you back yet? 33 whole minutes I was locked out on my own land. 33 whole minutes. After 10 minutes, I'm not going away. New instructions. Go round to the other gate. We shall leave it unlocked for you. Brilliant, I think. Off I go. Only to discover there is no one there and the lock is locked and I do not have a key to get onto my land. I'm not going away. New instructions. Go back to the original gate. It has been put right. So off I go to the original gate, and lo and behold, it has been put right. But what magical, marvellous creatures? Was it the elves, the sprites, the pixies, the goblins, the leprechauns? Where were these magical creatures that made this right? They weren't there. I suspect they sent me round to the other gate to give them just enough time to scarper up and change it back and disappear. Poof! Because where were these men that locked me off my land? Where were they now? So, balance restored, I enter my land. I am met with the stench of rotting flesh. I can already identify that this is not a small animal. This is a large animal. So I go and search to pinpoint where the smell is coming from. And there I see, hanging in a tree, a large, fairly large animal. It's hanging by its leg. Its head is gone. Its leg is hooked to the tree by a big hook. I'll give you the short version. Chick. We have the exact coordinates of where you are right now. We have a Google satellite image. Excellent. So, I am planning on living a very long, healthy, happy, and extremely prosperous life. So, and I'm also not suicidal. So if I do happen to go missing, those are the coordinates whereby you can commence your search. You see, all of this caper because someone misinterpreted a woohoo memo and decided that they would use this situation that we have to further their own personal selfish agendas and also to bully others. But when it came down to facing the raining fire, well, poof, like cowards they were. Week 2 of the woohoo. The astrology for the week commencing 5th of April. Sunday the 5th, which is today, Jupiter conjunct Pluto, an opportunity to transform our worldview and our understanding of abundance through embracing truth, no matter how uncomfortable it is. To allow us to transform our shadow and to see the world through the lens of love, unity, and abundance, rather than fear, separation, and lack. Tuesday, the 7th. Mars square Uranus. A challenge to transform our actions and desires through letting go of our resistance to change and embracing insights from the spiritual mind to guide our actions and desires towards goals that focus on the greater good rather than narrow self-interest. Mercury sextile Pluto. An opportunity to transform and renew our rational mind through recognizing and letting go of old negative thinking habits and obsessions that hold us back from living our best life. And you might say, how am I living my best life when I'm cloistered at home? Well, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, we are billions and billions of caterpillars. Let's think about a caterpillar. It goes through life consuming. It just consumes and consumes and consumes and consumes. Much like us. For generations, just consuming, consuming. When I was growing up, my dad used to repair the stuff that broke. We would have the same, we had the same washing machine since like I could remember. Nowadays, things are only made to last a certain lifetime. I mean, do you know there's a bulb that never goes out? But why would they sell us a bulb that you never have to replace? Because how could they make money with the bulb that you never have to replace? They can't. Speaking of bulbs, my electricity went out twice this week. Friday night, for hours. No announcement. Also, what is now the most terrifying sound to hear? A knock at the door. Isn't it terrifying? Friday night, I'm in the bath. Salt bath. You cannot go wrong with the salt bath. The house is illuminated with candles. It's like Blackpool illuminations. So I didn't notice the electricity go off at first, other than I lost signal on my device. And it took a while for the mobile data to kick in. And I was like, okay. Then I realized once I got, well, while I was in the tub, yes, I was on the phone to a friend and her husband. I know, they knew I was in the tub. I hear this knock. I'm like, I'm sure that's someone knocking at the door. But it's this after 9, she said. I said, I know. She goes, stay in the tub. I said, I think I shall. So I did. I got out to discover electricity's gone. Again, Sunday morning, no notice, no advisement. Boom, electricity gone from 7:45 in the morning until the afternoon. Fortunately, I have solar. I have solar cells that charge up little portable batteries. So I could do the video today because I could keep all my devices alive. The light is running off solar. The camera is running off solar. It was a squeezy week. We're billions of caterpillars, forced into our cocoons. Stop with this consuming. What's real? What's important? Everything that we held dear and thought our foundation is built upon is shaking right now. This is our chance. So we've been forced into our cocoons, our homes. Why? To transform, to change, to metamorphosize into the best version of you. You're not who you think you are. This astrology, just giving you a guideline. So when it says things like moving towards your goals. You might say, well, what goals? I mean, everything that I was planning to do is now shut down. Well, guess what? Because it probably wasn't right for you. I've got to keep an eye on the time. I'm doing everything myself now. This only records for 33 minutes. Okay, we're still all right. So you have to take it from a perspective of, this is your big chance for your big change. Whilst the world is in chaos, you can start to shine. But it's not going to come without its challenges. People will always take a disaster and try to capitalize on it. Bully people. We have to say no more. People are now locked up in their homes with abusive partners. We said, get the devils out of your heaven. This is your opportunity. Whilst we're being blessed, to change your life forever. Because you will stay in that cocoon until it's time to come out. And while we're all in our cocoons, we get to see those that we love around us. And those in the world, who are their true face. All this time, maybe they professed to be a Priesty, but when it came down to it, they were just a Beasty. It will. This situation will show everyone up for who they truly are. Everybody. We said make a choice, Beasty or Priesty. If you don't make a choice, well, you get sucked into the Beasty path, which is not very pleasant. Mercury sextile Pluto, an opportunity to transform and renew our rational mind through recognizing and letting go of old negative thinking habits and obsessions that hold us back from living our best life. You need to start living your best life in your cocoon. Make those internal changes. Wednesday the 8th, Mercury sextile Jupiter, an opportunity to expand our awareness and perception through seeking and understanding the bigger picture and then applying the new level of awareness in our day-to-day lives so that we live with an attitude of kindness and understanding. It's going to bring out the worst or the best. It's going to bring out the bullies and the cowards against those that have got conviction. I mean, where were these men? Too terrified to face the raining fire, locked me off my own land, 33 minutes. Mars sextile Chiron. Chiron is your wound. An opportunity to recognize where the wound to the sense of self-identity affects our actions and desires, and aim to heal the wound so that we respond calmly to situations rather than reacting angrily from pain. Okay, I call it Angry April. It's Aries energy. It's assertiveness, but a lot of people, for them, it's aggression or a combination of we can expect a lot of aggression. People are starting to start getting really angry. I'm not saying in your home, definitely not in my home. Okay, definitely not in my heaven. We got rid of the devils out of my heaven. People will get triggered. You're not out and about, so it's going to be happening in your homes and those around you and those you're communicating with via the internet and all your social media. It's a trigger week. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Full moon in Libra, 3:35 a.m. Love it. If my maths are correct, that would make it an 11. 11 is a portal. Okay, so the full moon is going to give us some clarity, some completeness of information. An opportunity to reflect on our ability to stay true to who we are whilst respecting the needs of others and understanding that our actions affect others. And so we need to choose our actions wisely. The Libra full moon is a reminder to treat each other as we would wish to be treated and to love oneself as one loves one another. Saturday the 11th, Venus sextile Chiron, an opportunity to see how the wound to the sense of self-identity affects the relationship we have with ourselves and the impact it has on our relationships with others. Healing can occur through learning to love ourselves unconditionally so that we can truly love others unconditionally too. Mercury enters Aries until the 27th of April. An opportunity to develop an objective and decisive mindset that allows us to be more direct and to the point in communication, and to be able to quickly identify the best course of action towards a goal. Some of us definitely will need to change our plans. Some of us had needed to change our plans. Okay, I just wanted to also cover a couple of elements to do with the Aries. Aries, the lower vibration of the Aries season: aggression, hot-headedness, lack of awareness, recklessness, fear of taking the first step, impulsiveness, hastiness, naivety, selfishness, impatience, vanity. The archetype for Aries is, ask yourself, am I demonstrating the qualities of a warrior and a pioneer, or am I being a bully and a coward? I will get someone to put this information in the link below. I think they put it onto our website anyway. I'll check. All right. Let's go for it. Four. Give me four and I'll tell you more. Right, 4. Physical health, grounding and foundations. We said this is a 4-year. This is what it's about. It's a whole new world out there. Everything that was what your faith was built in. I mean, people aren't going to churches, mosques, synagogues, gurdwaras, anything. Meditation sessions, groups, all of that's happening online now. You know, people said to me, oh, when's Jesus returning? I said, well, yep, he never really went anywhere. Not really. And it's just that now we're entering into that time where the revelation of the truth. The word apocalypse means revelation of the truth. So if you feel like we're living in an apocalypse, it's just because you've been on the wrong side. Okay, you weren't on the side of truth. Not your fault. Definitely not your fault. Okay, you have been deceived. But the truth has now come to set you free. All right. I'm just here to help you navigate. I'm here to help you walk on water, which literally means walk above the situations of life. That is all. Okay, so we're on a 4-year. As I said, the new year really only starts now in Aries season, and it's about building our foundation for your new life. Because the life that you thought was yours, suddenly just like overnight, like boom, just like that, gone. Okay, so what is your foundation? It's also physical health. A lot of people will be having immense physical health problems. You see, for me, I spend 95% of my time alone and really always have done. I am my own best friend. Of all the people in the world I like to spend time with the most, it is myself. I love it. The quietness. So this caper that's going on now, this is not a hardship for me. But I do appreciate it. I'm looking out there and I'm seeing people literally going a little bit crackers. So this is about your foundation, your home, what's important to you. It's all under review now. All of it. All of it. Your physical health and grounding. Okay? Being grounded. We then have the B, which is luck, industriousness, and hard work. So all the hard work that you put in now into building a new life for yourself while no one's looking. Okay? Where are all these celebrities A few are chucking some money at the problem. Where are they all? Where's their Insta accounts? Where are they, all your gods? Where are they? There is only one God. And he will show us how he will save. But in the meantime, while he has given you a gift to cloister in your home, safe and sound from the woohoo, look at that old man. Who is helping that old man? While you're all safe, take this time. Put some hard work in, inner work. All the bees' hard work gives us honey, one of the most powerful antibiotics. And it's lovely on toast. What foundation are you building? Because there is some luck, some miracle energy available for all of those with eyes to see and ears to hear. Then we've got the cat. Haha, with your 9 lives. The cat is about boundaries and about independence. How dependent are you on the system? Are you independent of the system? This is the foundation you need to ask yourself. If the system crashes, how independent are you? And now in our homes, how are you able to work with the people that you live with, that you love, whilst being yourself and having your own transformative ascension process while we're all cloistered, but also give people the space they need? Yes, it's a tight squeeze. Oh yeah, it's a very tight squeeze. And then we have the Grail Knight. Romance, illusion, seeking the sacred. You see, this is what we're supposed to seek it inside of ourselves first. Because if we're always looking on something outside to compensate for what's missing inside, well, then you're always dependent on something outside of yourself to give yourself any kind of sense of being or joy or purpose. But if you know who you are, everything around you can come crashing down. And your smile is still there. Full surrender. All of you sat in your churches. Generations upon generations, waiting for a rapture that is not going to come. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all else will be added unto you. The kingdom of God is love, joy, peace, righteousness, and power of truth, or power in truth. You walk in your truth, you walk in power. I'm not ending with that. Okay, death. This whole process started when we said we need to kill or bring to death the ego. We can think of ego as the Adam. You have to put to death the Adam so that the Christ nature can rise. As a woman, that was very odd for me, because how can I be a man when I am clearly a woman? But don't worry, ladies, you don't have to try to be a man. You can just try to be yourself. You are a Magdalene. Okay. This whole process is to make us really evaluate and put to death everything that's in our life that doesn't serve us, but which we want to make a god of. As well as there's a lot of death out there. trust and partnership. Okay. Trust is saying, do you trust God? Where is your trust? Is your trust in the system? You see, some people trusted that if they always had a job, they'd be fine. Well, quickly that could change. Boom. Some people trusted that if they were self-employed and they had their own business and all the rest of it, then they would be fine. That didn't work either. No one anticipated the woohoo, or did they? So what is your trust in now? What is your trust in? Where lies your trust? Mine lies firmly in God. And then we have partnership. Okay, we can work these two together. Do you have trust? The person that you're partnered with, is there trust? Because if there isn't this week, it might get a bit tetchy, a bit aggy, a bit salty. Also, you might have to partner with people that are at a distance from you to accomplish your goals. Okay? So we're saying that it might be a week of challenges. But trust that all of those that you need to bring into your space to help you lay the foundation for your new life in the new world will feel you, will come towards you. And we'll have one last one. Give us an ending. Okay. All right, so we're going to end with love. It's all about love. That's the beginning. The beginning is love and the end is love. And the quicker we embrace love, the quicker this can all end. Okay, but you cannot give what you don't have. You have to love that. You have to love yourself, but that's not a narcissistic love. Look at me, I have 4,000 followers, 25,000 likes and all the rest of that rubbish. No, it is, you know what? This is me. This is how I was made. Yes, I'm eccentric. And I am far too smart. But I will not dim my light for anybody. And you shouldn't either. Love every part of yourself. Love your journey. Love your story. Fall in love with the pain. Because the pain, wow. How do you think your light comes outside from you? It's all that pain. All those fissures that the light shines out from. It's all about love. But you can't give what you don't have. And then we have the wind fairy. Thoughts, words, and intellectual analysis. This is going to say we're probably overthinking quite a few things right now. Let's not. Let's get out of our mind and into the body, the foundation. Okay? We ran a little meditation, which is online for you guys. We'll put the link below. I think it would be very helpful for you guys to do that meditation fairly regularly. Just, it's half an hour. Love yourself enough to spend that time with yourself. Our Father has everything in hand. Father, continue to bless us. Teach us the truth no matter the cost. Show us the truth no matter the cost. Peace be with you. Namaste.